Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Visible Lady of Faith and
Pastor Scott, Reverend Scott, how do you want to address me?
Okay, and today we're going to discuss the Sunday school lesson entitled Jumping for Joy for Sunday, May the 14th, 2023. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah, happy mothers. Yay.
Who was jumping for joy? What was a miracle?
Oh, well, this miracle that okay, that's interesting. It's a miracle because this particular individual was born disabled. Okay, so it was from birth, and he's jumping for joy because now he's jumping up from and learning how to walk like everybody else. So he is happy that he can use his full entire body now.
Okay, and he was jumping for joy because he was happy about being healed.
Yeah.
Because he could use his, he could walk at a ton of money.
Well, a ton of money compared to that time.
Oh.
For what his need, it was easy money. It was in a very lucrative place that he can take care of himself because he's been there for years, right? Okay, but now he's healed. He's not disabled anymore. People don't have that sympathy to put stuff in the cup and everything for you because now go get a job.
Okay, well, we don't know if that's what he did, but we just know that he was happy about being healed. It was Peter and John were going to the temple, and this man, they say he was carried there every day to ask for alms, and his friends carried him there. So he had some good friends to take the time and the patience to carry him to that temple every day.
Okay, see, but that's one scenario, but one scenario doesn't fit all, right? Because
Right.
For today, some homeless people want to be homeless, and some that don't. Some have mental issues. You don't know, and now we need to look at the flip side. Okay, everything is not going to be a miracle that way we typical Christians think. We maybe need to take the time to show them some love, to understand what they really need, instead of, well, you need this and that. You don't know what he need. In this case here is a little different, because this was a purpose for God to get for Jesus Christ to get Christianity, moving, right? This miracle had to happen. It had to keep encouraging the disciples and all to spread the gospel. I understand why this incident, but we as Christians should stop, pay attention, and ask the person.
Ask them what they need.
Yeah, what they really need.
What they need.
What do you think about that?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good question, but we really don't know if the man was homeless.
Well,
we don't know. We can assume.
But I equate it with being homeless.
You equate it with being homeless.
That's the closest thing I know today. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, anyway, when he saw Peter and John, he must have known who they were, because he, I can imagine that there was a lot of people going in the temple, but why did he stop those two in particular and ask them for help?
Well, wait a minute. Well, wait. Hey, anybody walk across me? That's what.
But I kind of think he knew something different or special about, Peter and John.
Okay, why would you think that?
Because he asked them. Like I said, it was maybe a lot of people going in and out.
Okay, see,
going in, and he picked them.
I kind of relate to the story because a lot of homeless people, ask me, they wasn't disabled. Some were disabled, some were not. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's but everybody goes by him. It's a potential somebody can put something in a cup. It was a business to him at that time.
Okay,
so what your point of view, I get it. There may be something drawn to it. God put this in plan because he had a mission to get the gospel started and encourage the disciples, and also encourage everybody that saw this miracle.
Okay, can you imagine how this man that was born lame felt after he was healed? I could just imagine that is like a good feeling.
Yes.
A good feeling, a happy feeling. Overwhelming, say, wow, I didn't walk from birth, now I'm able to walk. Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And see, in this situation and relating to today, this had a purpose of motivating and pushing.
What had a purpose? The healing?
This healing that this individual, he was jumping for joy, is the purpose for God to keep the gospel moving so we can read it today. But also, too, I want to bring it to the point we should not be making assumptions that everybody disabled we should that needs this miracle happen. Some of it's just attention, love. Talk to them and bring them in and have them to participate in your service or have them to participate in your family or whatever. Don't treat them like they're an outcast just because they can't walk, but they sure can talk and they can do other things.
Right. And we should be empathetic to those people that are different and not be judgmental.
Not to make assumptions about people.
Yeah, not make assumptions.
Because see, it was one thing that we were looking at, the Methodist Church, they're dividing, because that bothered me, because the church is dividing, because they're dividing on, like, as far as the gay, should it be in there, and I know it's in the Bible, it's very clear what the Bible says about it. I get that, but it didn't say we should keep dividing our house, and that's when I look at Satan's game plan and Acts the 6th, I think the 5th, 6th, and 7th, that'll cover it in those chapters, that people have been dividing about a whole lot of things, because, for instance, black and whites can't sit down and have an agreement on things, and there's all kind of things that are happening. We should stop thinking and have that love like Jesus had here. He wasn't dividing anything. He was just trying to bring everybody together. And we need to be more like Jesus than be like our own opinions and assumptions. I'm saying we shouldn't make any assumptions. And see, right here shows you here the conflict between the wife and I. She has
different words, different meanings.
Well, everybody has
different
they
views,
feel,
different processes.
Yes. And that's
different understanding.
Are you finished?
I'm finished.
Thank you. But anyway, see, that's my wife. But see, the thing is, what I'm saying is, just stay under control, be patient with one another, and love each other. And it's so many words. Yeah, but anyway, that's the point. Just be patient, be loving each other, forgive each other, do the things what Jesus asked us to do.
Now, being patient is a biggie, boy. That's a biggie right there. Being patient, because people think differently than we do. They do things differently than we do. They see things differently. So that's a big one. So anyway,
one other point. Going back to this, people seems to want to put the gays in the spotlight. Then it's a sin. We don't want this in our church, but we allow the liars to hide in the cracks and the thieves and people, spinning the words, all these other sins, because we can't see it visually like gay, but we can see, but we don't want to, like, for instance, like Jim Jones. People rather believe a lie than the truth. There's not much I can say, so I'm not going to drill any deeper than that.
Okay. Finished?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay, thank you for viewing our video, and I hope we said something that you were inspired by or encouraged by. So, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you next time.
Yep.